Hello, this is Mark Smith with Family Tree Counseling Associates, and I just turned my video camera around. That way is the skyline of Chicago, and this way is Lake Michigan. I'm going to be speaking today on a video called The Gift of Marital Pain and the Hands That Work on Us. The title is taken from a poem by Maria Rilke, and it reads like this: "Be of good courage, all is before you, and time passed in the difficult is never lost. What is required of us is that we live the difficult and learn to deal with it. In the difficult are the friendly forces, the hands that work on us." I'm dedicating this video and the blog that I'm writing of the same title to my lovely daughter Taylor, who is in the difficult these days, and the friendly forces are working with her, and there are hands of fate in the universe working with her, attempting to help her. And I write this partially for her to learn some things, I hope. So my marriage counseling clients many times are flabbergasted and dismayed and shocked to find themselves lurking about in my waiting room. My waiting room is a very nice place. People come sometimes just to hang out because there's coffee there, and it's music, and it's soft lighting, and it's very peaceful and very Zen-like. But you don't want to be there. If you're a married person, you're coming in for marriage counseling, you're coming in to see me. You'd rather go to the movies. I had a fellow one time, he says, I pay $25 for group therapy, but I can go down to the movies, get in for $10 and have a big old thing of popcorn and a Coke, get out of there for a lot less than I paid for group therapy, and have more fun. So here's this couple with a once very solid marriage, and it's been transformed into something that's unsafe and brutal and cutting, and actually is sort of an instrument of misery. Those of you who've been married for more than 20 minutes will know what I'm talking about when I talk about an instrument of misery. So again, with Rilke's brilliant lines, in the difficult are the friendly forces, the hands that work on us. The friendly forces, many times, as you know, do not feel very friendly. They come in the form of wickedly painful experiences, for instance, like infidelity, or marital conflict, or an unwanted divorce, really dark depression, health crises, the death of a loved one, the death of a parent, financial problems. The death of your dog is many times just a very, very, very painful experience. Financial problems, the loss of a job, anxiety. Anxiety is really a difficult issue to get a hold of, and other struggles. It's human to run from, to minimize, to deny, and to defend against and medicate all such pain. But I teach my clients a whole nother way of looking at these very same experiences. I teach them to embrace their pain as their very best teachers of the things that they need to learn the most. And I teach them to see their pain-delivering spousal system as healing agents that have been dispatched by the universe to offer life-enriching healing opportunities. That is such a good sentence. It's a little bit full of crap, but I liked it. I'm going to say it again. I teach my clients to see their pain delivery spousal system as a healing agent that has been dispatched by the universe to offer life-enriching healing opportunities. These are opportunities. I had lettuce earlier and I got an issue there, so don't look at that. The great Persian poet Rumi addressed this way of thinking when he wrote, "This being human thing is a guest house. Every morning there's a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain all of them. The dark thought, shame, malice, meet them at the door laughing. Meet them at the door laughing. And invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond." I got to read that again too. This being human is a guest house. Every morning there's a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. The dark thought, shame, malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each of them has been sent as a guide to teach you something from beyond. A blogger, Tara Brock, discussed this process of cooperating and embracing your pain when she wrote about the ancient Buddhist tradition. When Mara, or inevitable pain and trouble, we all got Mara coming. When inevitable pain and trouble visits us, by accepting these experiences with the warmth of compassion, we can offer them tea rather than fearfully driving them away. Seeing what is true, we hold what is seen with kindness. We express such wakefulness of heart each time we recognize and embrace our hurts and our fears. Our habit of being a fair weather friend to ourselves, of pushing away or ignoring whatever darkness we can, is deeply entrenched. There are just some things we don't want to know about ourselves. But just as a relationship with a good friend is marked by both understanding and compassion, we can learn to bring these same qualities to our own inner life. Pema Chodron says that through spiritual practice, we are learning to make friends with ourselves, our life, at the most profound level possible. I like that. We're making friends with ourselves. We befriend ourselves when, rather than resisting our experience, we open our hearts and willingly invite the pain of our darkest hour in for tea. I like that. I love that. Marital pain is Mother Nature's way of unearthing our deepest unresolved childhood wounds. It's a gift to be thankful for. There need be no adversaries in the marriage counseling therapy room. There are no bad guys, there are no victims. I try to create a safe environment where there's two therapy buddies just co-opting the time as they exhume their very related family of origin business. The room doesn't need to be reactive, and there needs to be no finger pointing in therapy. The following poem was one that has been adapted by an old friend of mine, and it's my prayer to God, to the universe, to Mother Nature, to feel free to bend me, to mold me into the best man and the healthiest man and the most useful man I can be. You got to have courage to pray this prayer, because you're asking for trouble. In all probability in terms of pain. I Need Hands is the name of the poem. I need hands, your hands, hands that bend and break and mold, and if need be, even mutilate, to take me from who I am to who you want me to be. I need hands, your hands, hands that drum out the pain of my aching soul, that unwind the tangles of me and settle me in the warm bath of your love, securely in my right place in the world. I need hands, your hands, to hold my heart fragile and still and comfort me as it breaks in the ways that you need for it to break. In his very powerful poem, Song of a Man Who Has Come Through, D.H. Lawrence wrote, "What is the knocking? What is the knocking at the door in the night? It is somebody who wants to do us harm. No, no, it is the three angels. Admit them, admit them." Many times it looks to our friends and family members that our dysfunctional spouse seems certainly to be on a mission to bring harm to us. But things are not what they seem. Marital pain is like the three strange angels rapping on the door in the night who are actually on a mission to bless and help and heal us, and thus should be admitted. It saddens me when I think about all the wounded spouses who run in exactly the wrong directions when their marriage rears up and gashes them deeply. Because first, they run to the family doctor and they get antidepressants. You know, your pain is telling you something. Don't go medicate it. Then they ultimately, many times, end up running to the offices of an attorney who feed on a very blaming and adversarial environment. And they would benefit so much more if they ran to the office of a therapist who could tell them the truth and help them. Somebody who's in recovery for their own issues and understands family of origin issues and can help them sort it out and ultimately walk through a process that would turn their unbearable pain into something proactive and positive and healing and wonderful. One of my very best memories that I have of raising my children is when Taylor, my 21-year-old daughter, she was playing in the waves in Myrtle Beach. She was 9 months old. It's fitting that we got waves here today in this video. And Taylor couldn't walk, but she could crawl. And she was wearing this little candy cane jumpsuit. And she would crawl fearlessly into the waves and rock back and forth and just go, "Arr!" She had no fears, and she was making a mad dash, crawling into the waves, just laughing with delight as she got soaked from head to foot. And she didn't know enough to have fear at that time. And none of the waves knocked her over. None of them filled her mouth and eyes with salt water. And I suspect that she would have been a little more careful if that would have happened. To her, the waves were all fun and good and warm and splashy. Now, in real life, we get hurricane-like walls of very violent seas that do knock us down and rip up our houses and fill our mouths and eyes with salt water and sting us. But if you embrace your pain and all the lessons that they have for you, then the waves, my friend, they are all good. The pain is all good. You just have to have a lot of courage, and you have to understand your family of origin issues, which is power tool number 1. Actually, power tool number 10. We're going to descend on the list. I wish for you, my friends, a lifetime of splashing in happy, courageous splashing around in tall waves of your healing pain. You're going to have waves. You're going to feel pain. You're going to go through loss. We're all going to lose people. We're all going to... really, what it comes down to is most of the painful things in my life have been self-inflicted. And I'm sure that that's true for you as well. So I'm working away on the book. I have been sort of focused on issues with home and family. And I've sort of had to set the book aside a little bit, but it'll be out probably 2 to 3 months at the latest. I did get a chapter written today, the top 10 power tools to manage your abandonment issues. If you haven't joined our YouTube channel, we're over 1,400 subscribers now and over 154,000 views. Family Tree Counseling on YouTube, and it's free therapy. It's quality, life-changing, totally free therapy. I tell you what, if you watch all 217 videos we've got, it'll turn your world upside down. It'll change your life, and it won't cost you a nickel. Also visit our website, familytreecounseling.com. I have 6 books, one on abandonment issues, one on shame, one on affair recovery, one on counterdependency, one on marital issues, and one on the basics of recovery. So thank you so much for watching the video today, and God bless.